Good day to you, gentle person from the internet, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at Ball Fall Dungeon Crawl. A game with a slightly awkward name. I suppose my first critique would be maybe work on the name a little bit if you take this game further, because it is a bit awkward. It doesn't really stick in the head. I don't know. I mean, it does successfully describe the game. This is a game like Suika Game, you know, the watermelon combination game where you combine, you drop various fruits down, and if they meet the fruit of the same kind, they combine and form bigger fruit, and you're trying to get a watermelon. So that's a Suika Game. That's the ball fall part of this. But it also has a roguelike element where you're walking through a dungeon. And how does that work? We will have a look in a moment, but let's first of all look at the menu items. We have the options, we have the music volume. I'm turning the music volume down a bit because it was, pretty... I didn't really like the music very much. It was pretty relentless. I'll leave it on because it's nice to have it there, but I'm very, very glad to see these quality of life controls. Bravo, dev. Music needs a little bit of choosing, I think. Credits, we have various credits, the usual kind of stuff that you see. Good credit section, nice to see that. Let's jump in and have a look at the game. So, this is the roguelike element, and as you can hear, the music has already kicked in and is very annoying. This is us here. We are just walking into this little dungeon. We have the controls here, the arrow keys. The typical roguelike thing like that. We can move around, we can rest a bit to recover some health. We have a limited amount of torchlight that we need to keep replenishing. We have coins, we have health, we have inventory where we can apply gear. So this is the RPG style of things. So if we can then use the arrow keys to move around, or WASD rather, to move around, and we can see we have entered a little bit of the dungeon here. And there is an enemy, a rat over there, who is now attacking us. And this is where the Suika Game element jumps in. I really hate this music, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be a way to get to the controls from this side of things. Anyway, we hold down the click button and we open the bag, and this is kind of our starting array of items that we have. Okay, so how does this work? Every turn the enemies attack us and we do health damage. Every time we combine the orange elements, the shield elements, we pick up armor. So every time they attack us, they then do less damage to us, or possibly no damage. And every time we combine the weapons elements, we do damage to them. And it's a fairly simple system that I'm surprised we haven't seen before. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, so let's demonstrate it a bit. We have this kind of ring with a hole in the middle here. We have one here. So let's grab it. If we pull the mouse down below the green line, it goes red. It's our cancel button. I did see a comment on the Itch.io page where this was kind of backwards and shouldn't be the way it works. I don't know. I found this fairly rational once I figured out that that's the way it worked. I just thought I couldn't drag something down in the corners or something like that. I didn't quite understand that this was the thing to try and keep us from being too obvious in the way we aim things. I like the way it works. Anyway, so we drop that down there. It combines up. We gain some armor, and I think we go like 3 times before they then have a go. So we can make sort of 3 moves. Let's make another armor move here. We're up to 14 armor. That should protect us quite a bit because there are 3 of them that are going to attack us. And now we only have weapons left, so let's do damage to them. There is one difficulty here, and it's quite difficult to see the difference between the types of weapons and things like that. So yeah, still, we'll combine this one, I think. And ching ching, we do 24 damage. I'm not quite sure how that translates into actual damage to them, but we managed to take 6 points of health away from them. And then they did a fair chunk of damage to our armor. We're down to 2 armor, but it protected us. We took no health damage, so that was a pretty good round all in all. What we can do here is we can combine a shield so we can get a little bit more armor back up. That was pretty good. Then we can combine this weapon. And we can combine this weapon. We can do a chunk of damage to them. Alright, they smacked us up a bit. They managed to do 1 point of damage to our health. And let's see what we have here. I think we can combine these guys. And we have one of those, so let's combine that. And we have another one of those. Let's combine that. Or should we? I guess we don't have a choice. Alright, we got rid of one of them, so they're doing less damage to us now because there's one down. There's different kinds of enemies. You won't always have 3. Sometimes you have one tough one, and so on and so on. There's a fair bit of variance in the game. I actually am very pleased with it. Let's build up our armor a little bit, shall we? So we can combine that lad there. And we can use this lad here. And another one over there to combine there. And we've got a little bit of armor, but they've taken it all away, but they didn't do any health damage. I'm not quite sure what these pink balls do, or where they fall in. Okay, this is going to be an armor round because we don't really have much choice here because we don't have too many weapons. So let's combine this lad. That's a good one. Oh, I think we did some damage there as well. Some stuff got bumped together. We can do this lad. Now, are we going to get anything useful out of this? Yeah, we can combine this bit of armor as well. There we go. Oh, we're all the way up to 24. Okay, they did a fair bit of damage. Alright, so now we have a weapons thing because we have some good weapons here. Let's combine that one and combine that one. That gives us that one, which we don't have. Alright, well, let's drop this lad down here because I'm sure we'll get there at some point, and that'll be a good combination. Great, he's settled there. Alright, we've lost all our armor. Can we get anything useful with the armor here? No, we can't really do anything useful with the weapons. I mean, I guess we can. We can try and drop this lad in there, see what that combines to. Alright, we can drop this lad down here. Don't go away. Alright. And we can get a little bit of armor there. Alright, we took some health damage, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. We can smack this guy by combining this one. Oh, and now we've got those two separated. That's really annoying. Alright, let's give ourselves a little bit of armor here. And drop this guy down there. And drop this one. This should combine up nicely. Ching ching. Alright. He took all our armor away. I think it's poison damage that's doing a lot of chunks to our armor. And I have no idea what this is. 60 megapixels. Sacrifice a gold ball. Deal 3 times ball size damage. Where's a gold? Let's throw a wallet. A gold ball. I don't think we have any gold balls. I'm not sure. Anyway, I mean, we're doing fine. We've still got nearly full health. We're going to beat the crap out of this guy. We got some good things coming up. I mean, yeah, we can immediately give ourselves some armor, which is nice combination there. I'm actually going to prepare for our next sword thing, so let's chuck some weapons down there. Alright, he took some of our armor away, but not all of Let's do some combining here. We've got a green handled one, so let's grab that. Chink, chink, chink. And we beat the hell out of him. Nice, nice. Alright, so we win. I don't know if we got 12 gold. I don't think we got any inventory out of that. And that was pretty successful. I really, really wish we could get rid of the music. But there are no music control buttons there. Alright, well, let's endure it and play another game. Another round of things. Let's head down. Okay, there's a bad guy there. I'm sure we can fight him. Alright, so there is some money that we can possibly collect there. There's this guy who has a lot of health. He looks like a fellow sort of adventurer, wanderer. But we'll see if our skills can do something to help out. Alright, we can beat him up a bit. I would have liked it if we had had a few more armor options, but let's sick him. Alright. It's a good start. It's a good start. Let's sick him again. Nice, nice. Alright, we've taken his health down a bit, which he's still doing better than us. I guess let's prepare for some shielding. That's all we can really do in this one. So if we get another one of those, we'll be well protected. Alright, he did a big chunk of damage to us there. Alright, well, we only have shield values here, so let's see if we can get some shield up. Oh, that's annoying because it's over there. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Get one of those up and get one of those up. Alright, we have some protection there, which helps us. He has no protection. I'm glad to see we have taken away his health. Alright, so let's start smacking him. There, we can do this. And we can do this. Alright, we're doing good stuff to him there. Now, do we hit him once more? Do we try and prepare for shield? I think let's drop this down here. Now, this should give us a little bit more damage. Alright. Oh, he's got some shields now. He's catching up. Alright, well, we can do a little bit of damage to him here. That's a good one. And we can give ourselves some shield. That was a good one. And now, do we prepare for some more damage? I think we do. Let's prepare to hit him a bit more. We're pretty equal at the moment, so we have more shield. I think he has better gear than us, so alright, we got one of those. Alright, we can whack him with one of these. That was a good one. That was a good one. Alright, all we can really do here is prepare to do some more damage, I guess. Hit him a little bit there. Oh, he's hitting us, but we do seem to be a little bit ahead of the curve. So let's hit him with one of these, which means we can then hit him with one of these. Nice. We smacked him quite heavy there. And then we can start preparing some shield build up there. And what's he gonna do to us? Oh, he's got 6 armor again. We're still ahead in the great game of things. Alright, let's give ourselves a nice chunk of armor. That was a good one. And that's quite annoying in the middle there. But we can drop one of these down there. Is that even going to reach it? Yes, it did. And we can give ourselves one of these. Nice. Alright, so we have protected ourselves that round. Oh. Did it stick? Did it jam? Did we bug out? Yeah, it looks like we did. Alright, well, let's reload the page and see where that takes us. Oh, it bugged out. That's terrible. Options, we are going to turn this horrible music all the way off. Let's maximize the screen. Let's start. Alright, we're way back at the beginning. Alright, so it bugged out and restarted the game for us, but that's fine. I mean, these are free indie browser games. Bugging out like that can happen sometimes. I'm also on a non-standard, environment. I'm on Linux Ubuntu, so that does destabilize things a bit because the vast majority of developers write for like Windows-based environments. So that is understandable, but I will leave that in because maybe the developer can learn something from that. But yeah, we did pretty well there. I think you can see this is quite an enjoyable game. I love Suika Game. I like roguelikes, and this seems to be quite a comfortably sort of scaled one, so I definitely have no issues with that. Yeah, good game, good enjoyment. I like it a lot. And that is all of the gameplay I'm going to show. So if you're just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are so inclined. Especially the comments. If you leave comments telling me what I'm doing right or doing wrong in my videos, I would love to hear from you, because then I will get better at doing videos. Don't leave comments telling me how much you like. Well, I mean, you can leave comments telling me how much you like or dislike the game. But if you want to tell me about how much you like the game, go tell the dev that. Because we need to give the devs some love, because our primary goal here is to support indie gaming. That's sort of what we do around here. Yeah, so criticisms. If you are just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If, however, you are here for the critiques and criticisms, well, firstly, there is no way to access the UI from inside the game. We really need the ability to access the UI. So we can get to the sound controls and things like that. I'm very glad to have seen them in the start menu, but they need to be accessible in the game as well. The arts, I think the game looks absolutely great. We can move around. We can go back to a rat fight. There was also a merchant and things like that I saw, where you can buy torchlight refills and gear and stuff like that. And as you saw in the inventory, there's gear stuff. Everything looks pretty good. I kind of like this pixel art. Don't really like the mobile style view here, but I guess mobile is a good environment to build for, to design for, so it's absolutely fine. I mean, it does the job, it works. Let's fight these rats. It says hallway down the sides. Yeah, I mean, this looks fine. I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed the gameplay design. I like the Suika Game thing. It does need more tutorial. It does need to teach people how to play, and that kind of stuff. Tutorials are very important. So yeah, make sure that you have tutorials in your games. Yeah, I'm getting pulled into it and dragged into it again. And also, I suppose my final critique is where's the lore? How do we know who we are playing, who we're fighting against? Okay, so if we click on this, we get we get stuff down here. Special attacks. Okay, this is our magic thing. Sacrifice a gold ball. The text goes off the end there. I don't know what a gold ball is. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely stuff. Okay, this all takes us to just info about ourselves. And we can target a specific enemy. That's interesting. Anything else click onable? No. Alright, I mean, yeah, the UI is in general fine. We were talking about lore. I think I would like to know where this dungeon is and what's going on. And, I mean, this is an RPG game. Get some story in there. Tell us what we're doing. Let's reload and just... yeah, there's nothing in it. It's a Godot game. Maximize the screen. They have a Discord button, so go and chat to them if you want to do it. Yeah, it's just anonymous dungeon, and I mean we should be past that in modern game design and things like that. Does he say anything in the itch.io page? No, he's just... This is the kind of stuff I like to see in the itch.io page, telling us all about the game. Yeah, this tells us about where the game comes from rather than the actual stuff that should be in the game, i.e. the lore and things like that. So yeah, this is the correct info to have in your itch.io page. I also like that this is part of a collective who is putting out a batch of polished short form games every 3 months. Yeah, so go and have a look at the collective if you are so interested. It looks like a really good collective. I like to see it. Unfortunately, they don't have any hashtags or anything. But yeah, this collective is, I suppose, the correct answer to AAA studios. It's rather form a collective, have a bunch of indie gamers working together collaboratively. That could be very, very powerful. I do heartily recommend that. So yeah, check that out. And that's really all I have to say about it. I think this is a good game. It is a pity it crashed, but that is the nature of browser games. And as you can see, a quick reload and you're back playing again. And I like it a lot. And apparently the Slime King is our ultimate goal. But yeah, put a tutorial in, put some quality of life sound controls actually in the game, not just in the start menu, and slap some lore in there. And I think this game will go to the next level. And I'm very, very interested to see what Tiny Mass Games brings out in future. Joshua Galecki is the person. I will say I tried this on Firefox. It worked absolutely fine. I'm on Chrome. It worked fine up until the point that it crashed. So yeah, this seems to be fairly browser agnostic. I like that. I'm assuming it's made for Android as well. See if there's anything useful under the more information. No, yeah, touch friendly, so it's made for mobile phones. Yeah, nicely done. Good job, Dev. And thank you for watching, whoever you are, gentle person from the internet. I do appreciate your time and patience, and I hope to see you in the next video. I'm gonna say goodbye.